What's up, YouTube? You're watching Steel City Motor Vlogs. This is Derrick T, your host, and I'm out on a short one today. Many of you all know that I'm a musician, but one of my many trades, and I'm actually on my way down to the church that I play for a rehearsal. And it's roughly about 70 degrees right now outside. You wouldn't be able to tell by this jacket that I got on, but I think it's going to be a little bit chillier later by the time I get ready to come home. So I said better with it than without it. But yeah, it's a good day to be out. It was pouring down rain earlier today and not extremely warm outside, but it has warmed up, and the chances of showers, from what I understand, are only about 20%. So I'm hoping if it does anything, it's in the overnight and not around 9 o'clock when I'm on my way home. Other than that, it's a really good day. I can't believe I'm still sitting at this red light, man. Lose my patience. Just about, I don't really like city riding anymore. There was a point in time where if I couldn't get there on the city streets, I wasn't going. But that's not this time, and that's not this rider. At least not anymore. And my windshield looks terrible. I was out in the rain the other day. So the bike does need to be cleaned, but oh my God, that's embarrassing. I don't know what that's looking like on the camera. Hopefully it's not looking too bad. For you motovloggers out there, what's your production schedule? Or do you have one, or are you just kind of shooting from the hip? You know, I get to it when I get to it, and hopefully not too much time passes. I know that YouTube really smiles upon you if you're consistent with your uploads. And so my uploads come out they used to come out every Wednesday. I've moved that day from Wednesday to Monday because I'm in a group, a Facebook group called Support Bikers. A lot of really nice people, and they have their schedule is literally Motovlogger Monday, and that's when you post your content. If you have content, you can post it in the group on every Monday. And so I literally lined my release dates up, moved them from Wednesdays to Mondays, because that's just how much I think of this group, that I want things to go. I want everything to be on the same day when I drop new videos, because I post them in all of my Facebook groups. What's your production schedule? I'm every Monday, and during the week I try to do a different aspect of production every day, so that I don't bog myself down and I'm not scrambling the day before to slap any old thing together. One of the first things that I do is to gather all of my clips. Sometimes I use at least two Lord Jesus. I use at least two cameras whenever I'm out. I have the Picasso here, the Hero 8 on the helmet, and sometimes the Max 360 is the third camera that I use. And so what I'll do is I'll take from all of those SD cards, and the first thing I do is gather all of my footage in one place and put it in a folder, not on my computer, but in my video editing software of choice, which is WeVideo. There it is on your screen there. WeVideo is an online video editor, and it's cloud-based. That lets me do several things. Once I have everything uploaded, there's some pros and cons to it, but once I have everything uploaded properly to it, then I'm able to access it from whatever device that I want. So if I'm at home and working on my computer at home, that's great. But if I happen to be at work and I have my work computer, when I take breaks at work, I can open up WeVideo and I have access to everything that I uploaded into WeVideo, which is really nice. Now, the con to that is sometimes it takes, and it probably has something to do with the size of the processor or the internet connection that I might have or might not have. But the con to it is it does take a significantly long time to upload those video clips into WeVideo from where I'm at. So what I usually do is I'll set it to upload, and it'll be the last thing I do before I go to bed. And I just go to bed and I wake up and it's done. But if I lose my patience or something like that, I just end up frustrating myself sitting there waiting for it, because sometimes it can take hours depending on how big the clips are, depending on if I recorded them in 1080 or 2.7 or 4K, depending on how big the files are. They can take a significantly long time to upload, but once they're there, I can manipulate them and do whatever it is that So here's an example of my video clips that are importing right now. I have two that I took off of my GoPro, and they're downloading in the WeVideo. I'm not going to be able to really manipulate these until they get fully downloaded. You can try, but all you're going to do is frustrate yourself. So literally, I'll just walk there 17% and 12%. I've got other things that I can do while these are importing, because, it's about 8 o'clock now. It's nothing for these to be not ready until like 10 or 11 o'clock, So sometimes I'll just, on a night like tonight, I've got other plans. I'm just going to let those be and let them do what they do. And tomorrow when I come back, they'll be fully uploaded and ready to go. Here are all of my folders. This is probably about a year's worth of videos and clips and everything else of, just my process of recording and creating videos. As you can see, there's 85 different folders here just going down. If I were just to take one of them, let's say from October 16th and open it up, there are video clips here. It's kind of taking a little, there we go. And so I kind of took these look like an in the house series, or perhaps a little bit of writing, but either way, this was everything I recorded on October 16th, and whichever video that's on my channel that I produced, based on these 4 clips, they're in this folder. This was, let's see. This is the one that I'm doing right now. Like I said, it's still importing. And if I show you just one more, I don't know, I'll just choose one. Here's one on the trailer. Putting the LED lights on the trailer. These are all the elements that they're coming in right now. So if you go back and look at that video, these are all the clips and sometimes pictures and memes that I put in there as well. Some that was recorded in the house. There was footage from a previous video that I actually used in the new video. There's, here's a clip about the trailer itself. And so there's 14 different elements that got put to use in the one video. So this is the one thing that I like about WeVideo. It's a very user-friendly interface. If I want to go through it, it'll show me some of my most recent works that I've done. Now, what you see here, what you see what I'm doing here and what actually comes out on YouTube is something completely different, because all of my YouTube thumbnails are done in Canva. So I don't even add those thumbnail images to the video until I'm actually posting it on YouTube. A lot of these videos will look like this. And what ends up happening, I end up actually sharing these to my Google Drive and then downloading them into YouTube, uploading them to YouTube from Google Drive. So again, and then if I just were to create a new video, here's everything that I'm working with here. This is the primary screen that I work with. And again, here's all my 85 folders. They're all here. So I choose whichever folder that I'm working with and I get to work. The very first thing that I always do is go to my open and close folder, because there you'll find a 34-second intro video. So I don't have to create my intro every single time that I create a video. That gets old after a while. But either way, I can drag that and drop it here. And just like that, the intro of my video is already done. And then likewise, at the end of a video, here's the closing, complete with the music and all. It's already there. So, you know, that'll be the last clip that I add at the end. Everything else, you know, audio and video tracks, I can add as many as I need to in the timeline down here. It's kind of tough to do right now. As you can tell, this is kind of lagging right now. And the reason why it's lagging is because of the clips that are downloading right now. It just kind of makes WeVideo act kind of funny. So you kind of have to just, uh-oh. That's a preview of my ending. But nonetheless, it's going to lag behind. It's going to be really, really slow. And like I said, if I try to do anything as far as content creation right now, I'm just going to frustrate myself. So I'm better off to just let it do what it does until those clips are 100% downloaded in, and then I can have a lot easier time editing my videos. So I just wanted to give you kind of an inside view of what I use and the process that I go through to making my videos. Hope this helps somebody. That's the first step in my process. The second step is editing. Once I have all of my footage where I want it, which only takes a night to do, that usually happens on Tuesday going into Wednesday. On Wednesday, I do all of my editing. That's cutting videos and putting them together in the timeline the way that I want to. And also grabbing any still photos or any pictures, any text that I want, anything that is an element of the video goes into the timeline on Wednesday. That's my editing process. Cutting out long periods of silence, long awkward silences, which they happen more than you probably know about, definitely more than I would want to admit. There are a lot of times when I'm just riding down the highway and I run out of things to say, but I cut all of those long silences out, you know, and I look for a definite intro and a definite exit out of the video. You know, a good place to end the video when it's time. So after the editing process, getting all of the clips and pictures and everything else together, the next step is to add any music that I want. And lately I've been using less and less music because I've been struggling to find stuff that's not copywritten. But I did make a decision on some music that I know is original and that I have permission to use, and that should solve my copyright problems. I'm having to go back and mute out some of my old videos because music that I thought was non-copyright, evidently somebody has a problem with it, so, or definitely YouTube has a problem with it. So I'm at a point where I'm trying not to put a whole lot of music in the background of my videos. Some of my earlier ones have it all the way through. I'm kind of taking those out and just kind of using music for my intros and my exits. just kind of works better that way. But if I have to add any music or any secondary videos or anything else like that, and that's the other thing, a lot of my editing oftentimes involves primary video that comes from the Hero 8, but then sometimes I have secondary videos and a third track coming from the Max 360. So I add any of those in on the second day of editing. Usually editing is like a 2-day process, and like I said, those secondary tracks along with the music kind of make up Thursday. By Friday, I am really posting. I'm kind of doing whatever little finishing touches, if there are any. I'll go back and usually watch the video all the way through and make any corrections, or if I find any mistakes or I just want to do something different. Friday is usually the day that I clean it up. And if I like it, I go ahead and post it to YouTube and schedule it. Like I said, I've got about 9 videos scheduled. They're out ahead of me, which is really nice, in case I run into some busy times and I'm not able to create new stuff. I've got a pipeline of about 2 to almost 2.5 months now worth of videos that if I don't make a fresh one right away, it's not going to be the end of the world. And like I said, the plan for that is wintertime, when there's no new videos to be made, there'll still be videos coming out. So that's kind of my schedule there. When I do my posting, I don't just post and walk away from it. You know, I go ahead and make sure that all of my SEO is correct, that my tags are the way that I want them, and I fill the tag box up. You know, if there's 500 characters, I go right up, 498, 497, 499. Sometimes I usually end up having to delete an old tag to make my new ones work, because I make sure that I completely fill the tag box. And then after that, like I said, is the scheduling. Now, when the scheduling comes out, and my new schedule is Monday at noon, every Monday at 12 o'clock noon, I don't just let the video fly. I go into marketing. So on that day when it comes out, I drop the link into every relevant Facebook group that I'm in. Right now, it's just Facebook. I have an Instagram, but I don't really use it much. I don't know what this person was doing. Yeah, I don't really post much of my material on Instagram. I do have a Twitter, and I'll drop a link on Twitter. My Twitter's relatively new, so there's not even a whole lot of people following me right now. By the way, if you don't mind looking up Steel City Motovlogs on Twitter and following it, I'd appreciate that. But yeah, I don't really use much of another social media platform other than Facebook. But in Facebook, I'm a part of what has to be close to 100 different groups of every kind, where motorcycles and Goldwings and traveling and camping and pulling a trailer. And so I post the link to those videos in every single group that's relevant. I try to make sure those groups are relevant, so I'm not just spamming groups, but I'd post my links wherever I can find places to post my links. And then I let that video fly for a while and see how it performs. And then while that's happening, I'm back in the process, starting all over again. So that's a little look at my production schedule. I'm here at the church, ready to go in here and get my rehearsal on. I'll be back with you all in a little bit.